Earlier this year I made a yacht tour of the Pearl 80, and that I thought was a very impressive boat, so I was very keen to get on board the Pearl 95. This is the flagship of the range, and there's one here at Cannes, and they've very kindly given me permission to go on board and do a full tour. And as ever, this is the full Aquaholic tour, so it's all the accommodation, the deck spaces, the crew cabin, the engine space, everywhere. We're going to every inch of this boat, and we're starting with this cockpit area, which is really nicely done. You've got this big overhang here, there's a bar area, and we're going to head inside first, have a look around the inside of the boat, and as I say, deck areas, crew cabins, and everywhere else. So this is a Kelly Hoppen interior. Now there are various choices for main themes, and then you can customize of course beyond that. This one is the luxury interior. Looks really smart. It's got the very dark wood, it's got the light ceilings, very contemporary feel to it, and really comfortable with these beautiful deep armchair here and settees around here. Lovely. And ahead of that is the dining table. And what is nice is they've got big sliding doors on both sides. So there's one there, obviously you've got the one that came in, but there's one on the other side as well. And that means you get a tremendous through flow of air through this area. You don't feel like you're stifled in here at all. Okay, let's head on forward. Now she's a 95-foot yacht, so we're into things like a main deck master cabin. Just as we go past here, incidentally, there is day heads. So that is for people who are just on board during the day, don't want to go into the cabins. There's a loo there on the main deck. Let's head on forward. This then is the master cabin. Let's go right in first and then work our way back out. Look at that, isn't that stunning? Big windows, you've got them on the sides, you've got them across the front as well, which is very unusual, and even some skylights in the ceiling. So this does make for a very light cabin. TV that retracts if you don't want it there, and of course masses of space storage. You've got this lovely dressing table, loads of storage here, and we'll head on round. Love this little seating area on this side. That is a very, very nice cabin. And then back here of course the ensuite, and it's not an ensuite heads, it's a proper bathroom with shower on this side, a loo of course, and your sink. And then look at this, proper bath. This is luxury. Very nice. And again, those windows, so you've got the view out. Superb. Okay, let's head on back out of here. There's a couple more areas to look at in this cabin. So if we head right round the bed, it's a massive bed, and down this side, I love this little office area just here. That's great. And again, much more storage down this side. And then this is a walk-in wardrobe. So you've got rails here, and obviously masses more storage for clothes and everything else that you want to put in there, and that just then slides across. So let's go back out of here. I think what we're going to do is we're going to head down first, have a look at the guest accommodation, and then we will work our way up through the boat, out onto the decks, take a look at the deck areas and the engine rooms and crew cabins. So down here, look at the way they've done this. This is beautiful. What a thing to greet you as you come down. That is stunning. Let's go around here. Similar sort of thing on this side of the boat. Just had so much interest. And then we've got a guest cabin. Now this, as you can see, is a double. Big hull windows. You've got your AV equipment. I love the finish on areas like this. This is lovely. And then we head on back. There's a little dressing table in the corner. Wardrobes, of course. And a very nice ensuite. Okay. If we head across the boat, I think we will find pretty much the same sort of thing. So yeah, here we go. Another double cabin. Again, lovely size, beautifully finished. So much detail, things like the artwork, the lamps. Just feels absolutely superb. Love the lighting in here as well, with all this concealed, diffused lighting across here. And again, storage, wardrobes, dressing table, and the ensuite. Okay, so we head forward now, and we'll find two more cabins. So she's got 5 cabins in total, not including the crew, and these are laid out as singles. Again, beautifully detailed. That lovely dark wood, hull windows, and an ensuite at the back. Wardrobe is just here. Awesome. So out of here and across the boat, and we will find the same sort of thing. So that is cabin 5. Again, all that's diffused lighting. Each of these cabins is equally good standard, it's just the size and the layout that vary slightly. Fantastic. Okay, let's head on around, and I think we will go up. First of all, there's a side access door here, so you can go straight out onto the side of the boat if you need to. And this has got the raised pilot house, so the helm is not on this level. You go up these steps here, and we find this raised level, which has all of the controls to obviously drive the boat from. So beautifully done. It's all very dark, so you get low glare. You've got the big windows right the way up across here, and then look at this. That is pretty impressive. Cameras on here, so it's all one big screen, and then again here, and then your nav stations are here, and engine instrumentation. So you've really got a huge amount of information, really beautifully laid out. Thrusters, throttles of course, and the steering wheel. And then there's a space here if you want to come and join the captain, see what's going on. They can certainly do that. And while we're here, we will head on up to the flybridge. So we go up through this door, and then up on the top there's another helm position with these beautiful seats, and again everything repeated. So you've got the overview here of the boat and your nav kit, and then the view out across the front. That's the Bay of Cannes in front of us there. Okay, on the other side is the bar area with things like the barbecue, and of course you've got things like the fridges that are in here, ice maker, all the usual things you'd expect. And I like these little seats that sit and face it. That's a lovely place to sit and have a drink of an evening. And on the other side they've even got a TV. It's a high-low, so it folds completely away, but it means you can watch a movie up here, or a bit of sport, or whatever you want. And there's a great seating area around here that would make a terrific area to have dinner, and then a nice social area over on this side. And at the back on this one is a hot tub, and then you've got sunbathing alongside that, and then we can go right to the back. And because they put these glass screens in, you've got a tremendous view from here right out across the back of the boat. But if we stand here, we can really take in the whole of this flybridge level. It's superb. Okay, hard top on here of course, and this opens. You can see the fabric section that rolls back at the touch of a button. Okay, there's another access here. This takes us down to the aft cockpit again, and we'll take a walk around the boat and go and have a look on the front. Side door here. A lot of movement in Cannes at the moment, as you can see, because the boat show is on, so plenty of boats going in and out. Let's head on down. These are these big opening side doors, so again really good for access throughout the boat, and the ventilation is superb. Okay, steps up here, and it'll take us up to the bow. Wow, there's a lot going on here. Look at this. I think the bridge has just opened and everybody's coming in. Anyway, let's carry on. So up here there is another cockpit area, like a bow cockpit. Great place to sit and have a drink, and it's got this bimini top on, so you've got plenty of shade here, and you've got the sun pads on the front. Let's go all the way around since we're up this way. Take a look at the front. I love these rails. The top of these are oval rather than round, so you've got a real super yacht feel there. And this is a lovely seating area at the front, tucked right away from everybody. How nice is that? And then of course your anchoring gear and all your cleats and other hardware. Let's take a look back. Pretty cool. Okay, we'll come back down this side and we'll take in the crew areas, and we'll take in the engine and other mechanical areas. So back down the side deck, we've got steps down. We have that side door that I mentioned from inside the boat, and again there's wonderful big sliding doors off the saloon. But we'll stay on the outside, because right at the very back of the boat there is a really neat beach club area. So let's go back here, head on down, and I'll show you that. So there's a massive swim platform that of course drops into the water, but look at this. You've got these sun lounges on here, and then you've got this bar area, and in here is the jet ski, and I'm guessing you could put a dinghy in there if you wanted to. It certainly looks wide enough, and there's a sea bob on the back, so that makes this a really versatile area. You can sit out here and have a drink and you're completely at water level. Imagine being at anchor in a lovely bay. That would be terrific. Fantastic. Let's go and take a look at the crew areas, and we'll finish up with the motors and a few of the statistics. Okay, so we are going to go back inside through that saloon area, and this time we're going to take a little bit of a left. So we're going to go past this dining area over onto this side of the boat, and this then takes us into the galley. Now there's another side access door here, so the crew can come and go without going through the guest areas if they wish to. But look at this. This is a pack of stuff, isn't it? So there's all your cooking equipment across here, coffee maker, fridges, hobs over here, loads and loads of storage. And that, I'm going to guess, yeah, massive fridge freezer. And then if we head on forward from here, there's a stairway down to the crew's actual area. So down here we have got a really nice little mess area. There's a big window at the back, there's TV in here. But look at the finish as well. This is just like the rest of the boat, other than being a lighter wood. It's the same sort of quality. It feels really good, plush carpets, everything. And then if we go across here, this is one of the cabins. So this is the captain's cabin. He gets single bed and his own ensuite. TV, of course, and there's storage in here as well. There's a big locker here, for example, and then there's drawers underneath the bed, so plenty of room for all his gear. And if we head forward, there are two crew cabins. Both are twins, so we have one on this side, again storage in the form of a wardrobe, and the same on the other side. Now these share a bathroom, and that is just back after the main passageway. So if we go into here, there we go, shower in there, of course, sink and so forth. But it does feel particularly nice down here. It's one of the nicer crew areas on this side of the boat that I think I've seen for a while. Terrific. Okay, so that's galley and that's crew. Let's head on back a bit further and we'll take in the motors. So back up through here. This is such a lovely big area. That works so well. And as I say, when the crew come up from there, if they don't want to go through the guest area, they can go straight out this door and down the side deck. If they're serving food, well then that's straight out onto this dining table. But to find the engines, we're going to go out through this door and we're going to head back down the boat and we'll find the engine access here. So let's pull that open, head on down, and I'll tell you about what makes this boat go. So in here we have a pair of MTU diesel engines. These are 2,400 horsepower each. What a wonderful engine room. Look how much space there is in here. It's fantastic. Now these are giving the boat about 28 knots flat out, and she'll cruise at about 23, and at that speed she's got a range of about 350 miles. Now of course if you drop the speed right back to displacement speeds, well then you're up to 1,000 miles or more. So you've got plenty of range when you need it. Generator is at the back, just there. You can see the huge silencers on here. I mean, this is some serious engineering going on in here. This ladder here, well, that is another access route out through that hatch into the cockpit. With a really well lit area, super clean, super bright, superb. There's a generator down on that side, another one over matching it on that side, and if you go right to the back, in fact, there's a third generator, looks like just here. Some serious kit. And then this is an engineering spacer right at the back. So it's got a water maker there, the pumps down here, all the steering gear is here where you can get at it easily. That's a great engine room. Awesome. And of course, as you'd expect, masses of headroom. Okay, let's head on back out of here. Close that fellow over, and where should we sit to finish off? So that, I think, is a pretty comprehensive tour of the Pearl 95, and I also think that is a particularly beautiful boat. I'm really impressed with what they've done with this. I like the layout, I like the finish, I like the quality. I think they've done a great job. I hope you enjoyed the tour. Do please consider subscribing if you haven't already, because we've got loads more tours coming, and loads more exciting boats for you to see. Thanks very much for watching. We'll catch you on the next one. Take care. Bye bye.